This is neurosecretory cell of hypothalamus. It will release hormones, for example, GnRH. If you take this part, right, this is anterior pituitary, right? There is blood circulation, right, in between. These are the capital that hypophyseal portal system. This is hypophyseal portal system. GnRH, for example, will enter into hypophyseal portal system. From there, it is transported to anterior pituitary. So GnRH is released here. GnRH will act on this anterior pituitary and will make the release of FSH and LH. So FSH and LH are produced by anterior pituitary, but who is stimulating it? GnRH, which is transported through this portal circulation from hypothalamus to anterior pituitary. So releasing hormones and inhibiting hormones. These two types of hormones are transported from hypothalamus to anterior pituitary where they are acting on it. So who is secreting these hormones means FSH, LH, growth hormone and all. It is anterior pituitary, but stimulated by hypothalamic hormones. But when it comes to this part, here neurosecretory cell of color means you'll confuse. So this is the neurosecretory cell of hypothalamus. It will end inside the posterior pituitary. Right, which means the hormone, for example, ADH. ADH is produced, released by this. Which cell? The cell of hypothalamus only producing ADH, but released where? Inside the posterior pituitary, from where it will enter into blood circulation. Is it clear, man? Right. So, as we have finished that human physiology part, animal kingdom, you said you have, it wasn't discussed, right? Earlier, was it? Kanishka, what happened? Um, Up to plant kingdom, it was over. Say something, yes or no? Did I hear correctly? Right. Then next, right, animal kingdom, animal. Okay. First, write the description. You should write. How do you describe the animal kingdom? So you have to write the description in such a way that it is different from other kingdoms. Shubhalekha, completed? Don't pass the time. Try. Yes. Shubhalekha, what's the description? What? Why are you reading in the book? It is not there in the book. Description of this kingdom, so that it must be different from the other kingdoms. How do you describe it? That's the question. You're not even trying. You're simply sitting there. Asif, what man? You're speaking like a third class, fourth class student. Speak louder first. Yes, Arun. Yes, man. Describe. Stop, stop. I understand. If you don't. Hmm. Kanishka, wait. Hmm. Eukaryotic. Hmm. What mostly? All multicellular only. Hmm. Hmm. Devoid of. Yes. Okay. No, no, no. Don't, no, no. Don't write that locomotion thing. Next. Heterotrophic in this Holozoic. Right, level of organization also will be highest in this. You can see organ system level also. Now see the other time pass batch. There is a chapter biological classification. In that, go to the table biological classification chapter, second chapter. Go to that first table. Now see the table. What are compared? Biological classification, you have studied, you have written NPTs. See what characteristics are compared and what is the characteristic of animal kingdom. Description means you need to talk about those points. See, if the question is about description of animal kingdom, you need to talk about the characteristics that makes it different from other kingdoms. Understood? Can you at least answer in future? Any kingdom's description means, or any tax's description means, you need to write the characteristics which are unique for it, which makes it different from other. Understood? If I ask you to describe a person, what will you do? Describing a person means what will you do? Won't you write the characteristics which are unique for that person? Right. Okay, write this. This is where you need to understand most of the terms related to animal kingdom. Okay. Later part is just what are the different phyla, and in those phyla, what these characteristics are. So complete discussion will be in this part only. And also, before general characters, you can you write the list of phyla? Write the list of phyla. Try everyone in the rough you can write. I am not asking by seeing man. Use your brain. Try to write on your own. Tarun. You can write in the rough notebook. It's okay if you are not confident. Just try. Yes. Now try answering. What is the first one? Good. Next. Good. Coelenterata, also called Nidaria. Good. Then Ctenophora. Very good. Ctenophora. Good. Platy. Helminthes. What's that, Asif? Next. Good. Ask Helminthes. Also called. Also called. Is the other name? Ask Helminthes. Nemot Helminthes. Next. Good. Annelida. Arthropoda. Very good. Mollusca before that. Mollusca. And then Echinoma. Echinodermata. Very good. Echinodermata. Hemichordata and chordata. So totally how many? These 11. And these 11 phyla are major phyla. So we are not studying all the phyla of animal kingdom in 11th, of course, right? In graduation, you'll study that. These are major phyla. There are minor phyla also, like this many. So there are 11 major phyla. Okay. Under every organism, every phylum, keep at least one organism in mind. Because see, in the general characters, while discussing the characteristics, I'll tell simply that, okay, arthropod or something. For example, if I say open circulatory system, simply we'll write it is arthropoda. Okay, so arthropoda means at least you should know one animal, right? To understand what it is. That's why, can you write, tell me one organism at least from every group? Examples. Porifera. Hmm. All sponges. Very good. Sponges. Coelenterata. One organism, one animal. Hmm. Hydra. Ctenophora. You keep in mind comb jelly. Comb jellies. Platyhelminthes, liver fluke or tapeworm. Okay. If tapeworm is more familiar form, so write tapeworm. Ascalminthis, what is it? I'm writing ascaris. As you have studied in 12th also. Ascariasis is what it is caused by it. Annelida, hmm. Good. Earthworm. Arthropoda, as you know, cockroach or any insect. Mollusca, octopus, snail, these kind of animals. Echinodermata, starfish. Good. Hemichordata, you don't know. I mean, we don't see these animals outside. You can write tongueworm, tongueworm, acornworm, such kind of animals. Chordata, I'm writing human directly. So whenever we come across the name of the phylum, keep these animals in the mind. Right. So coming to the characteristics, first one, under general characters, first one, level of organization. Okay, so in this, there are different levels of organization. The first one, hmm, where do you find this? Hmm. Okay, so here, when we say cellular level of organization, it does not mean that unicellular, right? These are multicellular only, but no tissues. Tissues are not formed. That's why we call this one cellular level of organization. Next, tissue level. Yes. Good. Coelenterata, Cnidaria, and Ctenophora. Next, organ. Which one? Very good. Platyhelminthes. Right. Next, remaining all file same only, right? So I'm just writing ask helminthes onwards. Okay, right. The next one, body plan. Okay, see, there are three major types of body plans present in these animals. Let's try to understand the concept. In case of sponges, it is just a multicellular organism. As we have already seen, no tissues formed, only cells are aggregated to form the animal's body. This is what we call cellular aggregate or aggregation of cells. That's it. There are no special type of structures formed under. Of course, there is one cavity formed called sphingocele that we'll see, but other than that, there is no special type of structure formed. But in the case of Hydra, even in the platyhelminthes also, you can see the body plan like this. Here, the one which I have shown here, this is actually, it's not the original digestive tract completely, but it acts like the digestive tract, right? With one opening. So this is the like digestive tract, you can say, with only one opening. This is what we call blind sac body plan. So the gastrointestinal tract or the digestive tract will be having only single opening. This is blind sac case. But if you see our body or the higher animal's body, there are two tubes. One tube is the gastrointestinal tract, which opens with the mouth, on the other side, anus. This is one tube. Surrounding that, there is one more tube. It's closed one, of course. This is the body wall. If you see heart, for example, liver, these other major organs, all are present in this only. This is what we call tube within tube body plan. So these are the three body plans, sir. Are you clear, everyone? Okay, so sponges, that is, porifera will be having this blind sac from coelenterata to platyhelminthes. Three phyla are having blind sac body plan. As helminthes onwards, it is tube within tube body plan. Okay. Yeah. Asymmetrical. In the symmetrical, there is radial symmetry and bilateral symmetry. What is radial symmetry? Okay. Okay, listen properly. But this is the concept actually which you need to understand. There is a big discussion on this actually later also. Just to understand how these symmetries will be. Instead of animals, let us say take anything else from outside that we see. For example, in case of this, yeah, I just imagine a cake, right? Cake which is circular, circular cake, and it's like cream or whatever the toppings are there, no, they are on this. This is how the cake is, circular one. So from the top, if you view the same thing, it's this. From the top, the cake is like this. Now, if I ask you to cut this cake into two equal halves, right? Will you use the horizontal planes or vertical planes to cut this cake? Which planes you'll use? Horizontal planes or vertical planes to cut this cake into two equal halves? Both are same. Okay. Just for comparison, if I take a ball, which is sphere, of course, right? A ball, a spherical one. If I ask you to cut this ball or maybe a spherical chocolate into two equal halves, how do you cut that? Which plane? Now, please, you kindly use your brains. Now, think you people are not thinking at all. Do you know what is vertical plane, man? First of all, vertical plane and horizontal plane. Can anyone explain what is vertical plane, what is horizontal plane? Now, vertical, horizontal. Uh, so, if you cut like this, that is horizontal. This is vertical, right? Now, answer. If I take a ball or a spherical chocolate, how do you cut this into two equal halves? This ball. Maka, what happened? How many planes I can use to cut this ball spherical structure into two equal halves? No, seriously. I don't tell my you should use your brain today. I'm tired of using my brain. Once again, I have a ball or some spherical structure. My question is, by using how many planes I can divide this into two equal halves? Not any other plane. But don't say any side. There is no side for a sphere. Now, if I tell you there is a ball, tell me what are the sides in this, Kanishka. Now, this is science class, okay, not art class. You have to speak technically, learn it, otherwise, you will be in trouble. You are going to join graduation right next year. Every other person will be different from you. Try to understand. Just think once when I use the term, can I use the term side here? Is there any side in this? Kanishka? Now, what is this? Is there any side in this? Every side is same, right? Yes. Which plane? The question is about which plane is used. Don't use any other term. Tell me the plane which can divide this ball into two equal halves. That's it. That's it. That's it. Why sides are coming into this? Now, any plane which is passing through the center, condition is it has to pass to the center. Can divide this into two equal halves. So the point is here, any plane. It can be vertical plane, horizontal plane, diagonal plane, any kind of diagonal plane. So any plane passing through the center can cut this ball into two equal halves. At least do you understand now, everyone? Tarun, the other Tarun. Okay. This kind of symmetry, listen, this kind of symmetry is what we call spherical symmetry. I don't know that you have studied this thing. This is spherical symmetry. Is this one, which you see in the sphere. Right? Now, think about the cake. What cake I have? I have one circular cake. Okay. Now, tell me the planes which can divide this cake into two equal halves. Have you ever seen a cake? Okay, think If many sides, is it same as the spherical symmetry? Mean spherical symmetry, any plane, right? Then cake also same. Is Harini there? I can't see. Okay. See, when you cut this, two halves have to be of equal. Equal means it's not about the size. Now that's what you need to understand in animal symmetry. It's not like you are weighing into half of in the grams or something, right? Equal sides. So when you cut something, that plane has to divide that into two equal halves. Equal halves means what? Whatever present in one half should be present in the other half also. That's how you define the symmetry in animals, right? Now think about the cake. Identical. What left and right, man? Why left and right has come here? I'm talking about a cake. By using what planes, I can divide cake into two equal halves. Which vertical plane? Which vertical plane? You people have to work on your mental ability. It's not at all good. Which vertical plane? I know what is vertical plane, man. Which vertical plane in that? There is no straight vertical plane. Vertical plane means vertical plane only. Can't you imagine, ma? Can't you use your brain? Like, you have a cake with you, circular one. My question is, by using what plane, you can cut this into two equal halves. It is as simple as that. At least aren't you feeling shamed when you can't answer these silly questions? At least are you having that or not? I don't know. It is any vertical plane. Speak technically. Any vertical plane here, any plane here. When we say any plane, what does it mean? It can be vertical plane, it can be horizontal plane, it can be diagonal plane. Again, if you have ever seen the ball in your life, you can just understand this. Right? In the case of cake, I can't use this horizontal plane to this, cut this cake into two equal halves because these are not equal halves. If you cut the cake with this plane, it is not two equal halves. Why? The distribution is different. On the top, what is present is different from the bottom. So it is not considered as the equal half. But if you cut this into two equal halves by using any vertical plane, I'm talking from the top. This is what the radial symmetry is. So how radial symmetry is different from the spherical symmetry? Are you clear? For example, if I take Hydra, if I take Hydra with its tentacles and all, can I use the horizontal plane to cut this Hydra into two equal halves? That's the point. So you can use only the vertical planes. Right. So see this. See this figure. In the radial symmetry, see these planes. Hope you can understand this figure. This is one plane. I'm just giving a color to the plane. See. This is, sorry. This is one plane. See this. Passing to the center. This is the other plane. This is the other plane. Three planes are shown in this. Like this, infinite plane. Any plane, the condition is passing through the center is the condition. This is what the radial symmetry is. Next, bilateral symmetry. Bilateral symmetry. To understand this, you will just take a fish. Yes. Human also same, but I can't ask you to imagine human, right? So just imagine fish. Which plane? You have a fish with you. By using how many planes, you can cut that into two equal halves. That's the question. Same thing with the human also. Mm. What is horizontal plane means? Rama, you can't. Don't you know horizontal vertical difference? Which plane is horizontal plane, Kanishka? No, in the case of cake, what were the planes, Kanishka? Are they horizontal planes, vertical planes? In case of cake, Kanishka. Uh, so now in the case of fish, what? How, ma? I mean, can you explain how? Yes, anyone? Which vertical plane? Any vertical plane? only one vertical plane passing through the center. Kanishka, this is not good, Kanishka. You are not using your brain at all. Now, from the front, if you view, this is how it will be. Which plane I need to use? This plane. Can I use this plane, Kanishka, to cut this into two equal halves? So in case of human, also the same thing. Which plane will divide the human into two equal halves? Again, human means you should not imagine this way because not this way. You need to imagine actually this way. You know why? Because every animal will define with respect to dorsal and ventral side. This is dorsal side, this is ventral side. I'll talk about these sides in here. So head, tail, or the other side. The same thing as any other animal. In this case, which plane? Great people gathered together. How many vertical planes? Only vertical plane which is passing through the center. Even in the human case also. Right. In case of human also, you need to cut this way. This is not the equal half. Okay. You just to copy up to this, we'll stop here. I'm tired of making you understand. There are many other terms related to bilateral symmetry. So try to find out and come, at least for the next class. Okay, so as I said, think about the bilateral symmetry and come with all the sides in the bilaterally symmetrical animal. Now you took three means 1 hour per three characters. This is your speed. Okay, so okay, go to the that NCRT part, animal kingdom, general characteristics once. Tomorrow we'll continue from here. Bye. Bye.